Hey guys, Sri Lanka Sammy here, and we are out in front of our gas station near my hometown. And this is the lineup on both sides of the road. You can see there's cars lined up on this side, cars lined up on that side, both sides. And the gas station is 500 meters down that way. And it is crazy what is going on. The army is saying the fuel is not coming until tomorrow. And these people all have tokens to get the fuel, but they're still lining up today to go. Let's take this. Look at this, just everybody lined up, and it's guaranteed the fuel is coming tomorrow. There hasn't been fuel in how many days? Like 3-4 days? 5 days there was no fuel. Government is saying the fuel is only one more day of fuel. Today is the 6th? Yeah. 6th of July. There is supposed to be no fuel until the 13th or 14th of July. But who knows if that's real or not. So, I mean, just look at, this is in my small town. This is a small road in the back of my hometown of Jayala, and it's ridiculous. I have never seen it like this. Now, I don't really go out that often, but this is just so much. You can see how the cars are lined up. This is over 1 kilometer away from the gas station on both sides of the road. Just crazy. Hey guys, Sri Lanka Sammy. I'm at a brand new store called Glowmark. Soft Logic Glowmark. This used to be a food city. Brand new store, just opened last week just in my hometown. And check this place out, fully stocked. Everything's here. Prices though, prices are ridiculous. I don't want to go over the pricing because it's not going to make sense to anyone, but it's about 30-40% more. But as you can see, fully stocked. A little bit on the quality side is down. Imported stuff not available. It's all local branded stuff. All local branded stuff, but it is here. It is here. And let's go take a look at the other section. Fish section, meat section, pork section, chicken section, breaded section, and then my favorite, the cold cuts, the chorizo, the salami, the smoked salami, the cooked ham. It's all here. Pancetta. Pancetta. I haven't seen that in months, and it's all here. And there is rice, there is milk. It's all here. It looks good. Looks good. Definitely gonna have to come and check this place out.
Hey guys, Sri Lanka Sammy here. Hope everyone is doing well and is safe and happy. I have a update today. It is Thursday, July 7. I'm doing this in the morning. Got up early morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And the news update, that what is going on? Well, not good news. Not good news of the situation happening right now. There is good news coming. But again, we don't know how that's going to affect. So today I'm going to talk about what is the effect of what's going on today and what is the news telling us. So far, the effect on our daily lives is really impacting. There is no fuel. There hasn't been fuel for 5 days. Desmond has been out. He was at the gas station for 2 days, got no fuel. He has tokens, hasn't been called. There are lineups, there are fights. You're going to see a video shortly after this of my small town gas station. There was a rumor of gas coming, and the people just swarmed. And there are, I'm going to say, thousands of people, yet there's only fuel. If it does come, the amount that is said, it's not going to be enough for everybody. So there are going to be people who are not going to get. There are going to be frustrations, there's going to be sadness, there's going to be anger, frustration. So it's not an easy situation, and you'll see in the video how desperate some of these people look and the situation there. So what else is happening is the food situation is getting a little bit tight, in that the quality has started to go down. I've noticed, and you'll see in the video again, another video I took of a brand new grocery store that opened. Even though it looks stocked, the quality is really not there. I went to go buy some vegetables and quality is lacking, and that is because not for any other reason than what happened months ago with the fertilizer issue. The food is supposed to be organic by the government. I'm going to do a video eventually about how this economic crisis came about, but one of the things was the government banned all fertilizer imports on the grand scheme that they were going to make everything organic, but it was happened too fast, too quickly. The reality was they couldn't afford to buy fertilizer. So that causes a lot of problems, and now we're reaping those problems in the quality of the food that is being produced. And the farmers don't have the fuel to transport the food from the farm belt into the cities. There's food up north, there's food down south, but in the capital region where I live, the quality of food is lacking, very lacking. Hopefully those birds don't bother you. Nature sounds, living in the countryside. So food, fuel, and medicine. So this is how it's affecting me. Fuel, I have no fuel. I have fuel in the car, enough. I have a just over 3/4 tank in the car, enough for if I need to travel somewhere. But I'm not traveling for the sake of traveling. I'm traveling only when I need to. Otherwise, I'm walking or taking a tuk-tuk or something like that. Saving the gas that's in the car for an emergency. Food, I'm getting by. I have food. I pay what I have to pay. I'm fortunate that I have the funds to be able to pay for food. I see the costs are 30-40% more, sometimes 60%. It is available, the quality is lower, and I can just imagine what it's like for those who can't afford, what kind of quality of food that they're eating. And medicine. I have personally been affected by that, in that I cannot get certain medicine that I require. I had to downgrade and go for an alternative medicine for my prescription. Now, those of you who follow me on Facebook under Sri Lankan Sammy, or my Instagram as Sri Lankan Sammy, will know that I've planned for a vacation in August, mid-August. I'm going to meet up with some friends in Thailand. So in Thailand, I'm going to stock up with 6 months worth of medication, prescription medication. And I'm going to get that and bring that back with me. Imports are just impossible to get. If you guys watched my solar power video, you'll know that I had tons and tons of comments. Where can I get it? Where can I get it? You can't. There are no parts. We were so lucky to get at the end of the cutoff. We were one of the last people installed. Unless you can go to a large company that has the resources to source the equipment, you're not going to get solar power. The company I dealt with is a small, tiny little company, and they don't have the resources. I'm trying to expand my solar system with more batteries, and he said 3 months, 6 months maybe, he'll try and find me batteries. And I said, it doesn't matter the price. He says, then I'll see what I can do. But they're not going to be imported. Don't even think about import. Think about locally sourced. So that's the situation. The three main things is fuel, food, and medicine. Now, I did end up sourcing cooking gas. I got a 12.5 kilo cooking gas container, and I paid about 2 times what I normally pay. That is now secured in our locked storage shed, and don't come and steal my cooking gas. I'm joking. Nobody would do that. But I'm trying to source one more. And that now leads into the good news, or the projected news. Indian Oil Corporation, which runs the diesel and petrol stations, IOC, here in Sri Lanka, has stated that they will be supplying diesel and petrol on the 13th, the 28th, and the 10th of August. So today is the 7th, so we're looking at another week with no fuel. Those shipments are guaranteed to arrive because they have been paid for. So that's good news. Or positive news. Whether or not it will appear, let's see. To end that, to follow up on that, the government is in talks for credit assistance, specifically regarding fuel on credit from Russia. I know that that's a sensitive topic considering the situation right now, but unfortunately, Sri Lanka needs to look out for itself first, and it has no other choice. I understand the situation. I don't agree with it, but I'm not running the country. I can make claims about it, but when the reality is that, you know, who's going to give us the fuel on credit to help the people, to help the economy? So either, you know, we support funding Russia, which is already getting fuel from countries, so it's hypocritical. You know, those countries are already receiving fuel, Germany and all these countries. So I kind of think, you know, save starving people, or, you know, buy fuel that we need as a country. So that is happening. Unfortunately, it's not something I agree with, not something that is positive, but it has to happen. The cooking gas company Litro has announced 100,000 metric tons of Litro gas is to arrive in the country to supply for the next 4 months. It is scheduled to arrive late this week or early next week. So the World Bank has provided funding for this. So 5 million, 6 million, 7 million containers. So 70% of it will be provided to domestic consumers. So 33,000 tons arrived last week, and the rest will arrive over the course of the next 2 weeks. So that's a good thing. So that's where I'm going to try to get a second container. One will last us about 3 to 4 months, and if we have another one, so that'll be a backup. But what I've done is I've stocked up on wood. I bought $2 worth of wood, which will last me a week of cooking. And I think I have stockpile of about 2 weeks worth of wood, and the entire country is not. Whereas it was very hard to find wood, now it's everywhere. You can find wood sellers everywhere. So that's another thing. Inflation hit 50% in June, 54%. Non-food items and services rose 42%. The government, it's being reported that it will hit over 60% in the next, by the end of the year. Not a good thing. Some of the problems that this has incurred is that, you know, buses and rail have been affected. Rail more from strikes than from fuel. Buses from fuel. So what's occurred is that buses are being overcrowded. People are hanging off the backs or the edges, like you've seen in those Asian videos where people are hanging off buses and trains. And I saw it. I saw a bus and people are hanging on the outside of the bus. I saw pictures of people on the back of the bus, standing on the tire, standing on the bumper. We haven't had people sitting on the roof yet, but that's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. And the trains, I've seen it. People hanging off the windows and doors of trains with one foot on the footrest. And the government is saying this is dangerous. Don't do it to the people. Now, they can't stop it from happening. I think they could. They just can't. But yeah, that's the situation that's occurring there. And on a positive news is that, people help. One of the things I've seen online is people are helping. People are donating money. People are starting charities, starting food drives, supporting. I don't know how I can help or how you can help, but what I'm going to try to do by next week is find a reputable charity person who is doing something, so that if you choose to, you can connect with them directly and support financially what they're doing. I'm thinking, I personally don't have the resources or the time to be able to start a food drive, which is something I'd like to do. So I'm going to, I don't want to say what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something to support. I don't want to I don't like these people who glamorize their philanthropy. I'm going to do something, and that's going to be private. If you want to, support me, like my other viewer did by sending me funds so that I can support a family directly, that's your choice. I'm not asking you to do that, but if you do choose to do that, sorry, my screensaver keeps coming on. If you do wish to do that, contact me directly, and we'll make arrangements through my Facebook Messenger or through YouTube chat. And I will, find a family locally that is around here that can be supported. Now, what I have been told by my cousins and my friends and relatives and whatever is not to support fully, but to offer a stipend. So let's say for $50 US, $20 US, that will go, let's say you give $50 US, that will be spread out over 3 families. So, $15, $16, $17 will help them with inflation, with 1 month's worth of cost of what they are losing in food. So the inflation is what I'm going to stipend these families if something like that happens. So, $20 US will support a family for 1 month with the inflation costs. It won't, because what my friend said is you don't want to donate to a family to fully support them. What that does is then it makes them dependent on handouts. They'll choose not to work or not to do if they're getting this. So what I'm looking at doing is just offering a little bit to help them combat the inflation costs. So that's probably what I will end up doing. Other than that, there was news that the IMF is giving $1 billion US to Sri Lanka immediately. This will help foreign reserves and facilitate the lending of money to purchase pharmaceuticals, fuel, cooking gas, and essential commodities. There's no independent verification of this. I haven't heard of anything. and there's some conflicting news about what happened with IMF, but they did finish. They didn't finish with an agreement because an agreement isn't possible within the time frame that happened last month. But they agreed that progress had been made. Now, because the country's bankrupt, that's why they couldn't come to a working level agreement. But executive level, government level agreement is coming, and Sri Lanka expects 4 billion from the IMF in this year. So we're moving in the right direction, hopefully. So stay tuned for the video that is coming up. 2 videos, one outside the fuel station and one at the new grocery store that I went to. Sri Lanka Sammy, wishing everyone, please stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. And as I always ask, please subscribe, watch one of the commercials, like and share, help my channel grow and get the word out. Stay safe, be well. Sri Lanka Sammy, I'm out.